Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss to the topic is formation of urine. The formation of urine it involves three main processes. They are glomerular filtration and selective reabsorption and tubular secretion. First one is the glomerular filtration. For example, this is the glomerulus. It is the Bowman's capsule. From afferent renal arteriole through the blood is coming into the glomerulus. Here the glomerulus, the blood is filtering, the H2O molecules are coming into the Bowman's capsule. Bowman's capsule it contains layers. The layers are called as a different types of cells. On that layers that is called as a podocytes, fenestration slits. From these layers the H2O molecules are filtering. The H2O molecules now we are calling as a what is that primary urine. So in this Bowman's capsule it is filtering. From Bowman's capsule the H2O molecules are going into the PCT, proximal convoluted tubule, and again from glomerulus the blood is going into the efferent renal arteriole. Okay, efferent renal arteriole into the vasa recta, and again it is going into the various parts. Likewise the urine is forming. Okay, now we will continue. First one, the first step is called as a glomerular filtration. The first step in the formation of urine is the filtration of blood from the glomerulus into the lumen of the Bowman's capsule, and this passive process is called as a glomerular filtration. It is what is that first step from glomerulus through Bowman's capsule. Okay, here it is filtering H2O molecules, that is called as a first step. In this first step it contains different types of pressure. The pressure is called as the hydrostatic pressure of the blood while flowing in the glomerulus. How much? 60 mm Hg. Okay. It is opposed by glomerular colloidal osmotic pressure. How much? That is called as 32 mm Hg. Hydrostatic pressure of blood while flowing into the glomerulus is the 60 mm Hg. Opposed by glomerular colloidal osmotic pressure is the 32 mm Hg. Bowman's capsule hydrostatic pressure. This is the Bowman's capsule hydrostatic pressure, that is 18 mm Hg. What is the net filtration product here? Net filtration product is the 10 mm Hg. How we are calculating this 10 mm Hg means, for example, see here 60 mm Hg, this is the 60 mm Hg, it is hydrostatic pressure of the blood. Okay, minus 32, 32 is the glomerular colloidal osmotic pressure, 32 is the, okay, and 18, okay, 18 is the Bowman's capsular hydrostatic pressure. Okay. Now 60 minus 32 plus 18 is equal to 10. 10 is the net filtration product or net filtration pressure. Okay. So here see in this diagram, what is that afferent renal arteriole? Okay, from afferent renal arteriole to the efferent renal arteriole, this one. It is called as what is that glomerulus. This is called as a glomerulus. Okay. In this glomerulus, cup-like structure, this one is called as what is that Bowman's capsule. Here it contains different types of layers, that is called as podocytes, fenestration slits, etc., etc. Okay. Here filtering, this is called as a filtration. Okay. From glomerulus, the what is that H2O molecules are now reaching into the Bowman's capsule. It is now reaching which part? The part is called as a PCT part. PCT means proximal convoluted tibia. Okay. Now continuing. This causes the filtration of blood through the three-layered filtrate membrane formed by the endothelial cells of glomerular capillary together with basement membrane and podocytes of the Bowman's cup. Blood is filtered through the fine slit pores and fenestration due to NFP. NFP means net filtration product. Okay, when the from glomerulus to the Bowman's capsule, when it is filtering with the help of podocyte cells and filtered through the fine slit pores and fenestrations due to the NFP. NFP means net filtration product. Okay. In this layer, it contains different types of cells, that is called endothelial cells of glomerular capillary together with the basement membrane and podocytes. Right? Therefore, this process is called as a ultrafiltration. The process is called as ultrafiltration. The filtrate contains almost all constituents, the plasma except the proteins. Okay. The filtrate that formed is called ultrafiltrate or glomerular filtrate, or it is also known as a primary urine, which is hypotonic to the cortical fluid. Okay. The process is called as a glomerular filtrate or ultrafiltration or primary urine. Okay, next one that is called as a selective reabsorption and secretion. From PCT, the H2O molecules are now going into the which limb? Descending limb, and descending limb through the ascending limb. Here, that is called as a loop of the Henle. How much they are doing selective reabsorption? How much molecules again they are reabsorbing from PCT? Okay. The tubular epithelial cells in different segments of a nephron reabsorb certain substances. Glomerular filtration, either active or passive process. About 85% of the filtrate formed is reabsorbed in a constant, unregulated into the PCT region. This is Bowman's capsule. It is called as a Bowman's capsule. Here it is called as a PCT part. How much here reabsorbing? 85% is reabsorbed into the PCT region. This is afferent renal arteriole, it is glomerulus, this is the efferent renal arteriole. Okay. Now continuation. Fashioned by a PCT descending limb of what is that loop of Henle or Henle loop, the substances of glomerulus filtrate can be categorized based on to the substances or concentration. They are categorized three main steps. The first one is called as a high threshold substances. High threshold substances. On that high threshold substances, it is the efficiently reabsorbed. That is called as a glucose, amino acids, vitamins, some salts. Okay, these all are reabsorbing. This one it is called, what is that? High threshold substances. And next one, low threshold substances. Low threshold substances. That is called, they are absorbed in very little amounts. For example, urea and uric acid is called low threshold substances. And next one, A threshold substances, actual excreted products and are not reabsorbed at all. They are not reabsorbing here. For example, creatinine is the A threshold substances. Okay. During the formation of urine, the tubular cells secrete substances such as H plus and K plus ions into the filtrate. Mechanism of selective reabsorption and secretion in different parts of nephron takes place. Okay. Now continuation in the PCT. PCT means proximal convoluted tubule. In this PCT, how much they are reabsorbing? Approximately we are calling 85%, means approximately 70 to 80% again they are reabsorbing. How they are reabsorbing? We discuss now. PCT is lined by simple cuboidal epithelium. Proximal convoluted tubule is lined by the simple cuboidal epithelium. Okay. With brush borders. Brush border like structures are forming. These are calling brush borders, which increase in the surface area of the absorption. These brush borders are increasing surface area of the absorption. Nearly nutrients and 70 to 80% of electrolytes and water are reabsorbed by this segment. How much? 80% is reabsorbing here. Na plus is actively transported into the cortical interstitial fluid. Sodium ions is actively transported, okay, into the cortical interstitial fluid. This transfer of positive charge drives the passive transport of Cl minus ions. Okay, this transfer of positive charge drives to the passive process that is called Cl minus, means negative, or chloride minus ions. Okay. Next, glucose amino acids also actively transported. Movement of water by osmosis. PCT also maintain. What it's maintaining? PCT, pH, ionic balance by selective secretion of H plus ions and what is that? Ammonia. See in this diagram, it is the PCT or proximal convoluted tubule. It is the cortex region. It is called as a glomerulus. The cup-like structure that is called as a Bowman's capsule. On that Bowman's capsule, neck region is called as a PCT, means proximal convoluted tubule. In this proximal convoluted tubule, bicarbonate ions are releasing and NaCl and H plus ions are receiving. H2 ions are eliminating and different types of nutrients are eliminating and what is that? NH3 ammonia ions are absorbing and K plus ions. Okay, so 70 to 80% of electrolytes and water are reabsorbed here into the PCT region. Okay, right. Next, in the loop of Henle, or that is called as a Henle loop. This region plays a significant role in the maintenance of high osmolarity of the medullary interstitial fluid. The descending limb loop of Henle is permeable to water molecules. Okay, the descending limb is permeable to water molecules, almost are impermeable to electrolytes. Hence, reabsorption of water continues as the filtrate moves along the descending limb. Right? The filtrate concentration gradually increases as it moves towards the inner medulla region. The ascending limb has two specialized regions, proximal thin segment in which NaCl diffuses out into the interstitial fluid passively, and a distal thick segment in which NaCl is actively pumped out. Okay, NaCl is actively pumped out. Ascending limb has two specialized regions, that is called proximal thin segment. Okay, it is somewhat mistake here, in which NaCl diffuses out into the interstitial fluid passively, and distal region, that is called as a thick segment, in which NaCl is actively pumped out. Okay, the ascending limb is impermeable to water molecules. Okay, see in this diagram, it is the glomerular capsule and blood here, NaCl, bicarbonate ions, okay, and some of drugs and what is that poisons, what is that next one, glucose and amino acid, here it is called as actively transported and H plus ions. Now from PCT it is now reaching into the descending limb. Which limb? Descending limb. So this is called as a loop of Henle. Here it is called H2O molecules. Okay, from descending limb to the ascending limb. This is called as a ascending limb. Okay, so here the what is that NaCl, and NaCl is eliminating, and next it is now only H2O molecules are now reaching into the distal convoluted tubule, that is called as a DCT. Which part? That is DCT part. See in this diagram, filtration H2O, salts, NaCl and bicarbonate ions, okay, and H plus, urea, glucose, amino acid, some drugs. Here reabsorbing, active transport, passive transport, secretions. Okay, these are the symbols, right? Now continuation. Now H2O molecules are reaching into the which part? From PCT, proximal convoluted tubule, to DCT part, means distal convoluted tubule part. In this distal convoluted tubule, the cells here are shorter than those in the proximal tubule, lack of microvilli, indicating that they are not involved much in reabsorption. 80% are reabsorbed into the PCT. Remaining solutions or remaining salts are now reaching into the DCT part. Facultative reabsorption of Na plus and water takes place in this segment. Okay, the reabsorption of water is variable depending on several conditions and regulated by ADH. ADH means antidiuretic hormone, or it is also known as a vasopressin. What is the function of ADH? If deficiency of ADH or vasopressin, it causes the disease called as a diabetes insipidus disease. Okay, it comes in MSET and NEET various competitive exams also, this bit. Okay, right. Next, DCT, distal convoluted tubule, also capable of reabsorption of bicarbonate ions and selective secretion of H plus ions and K plus ions and ammonia into the DCT from peritubular network to maintain the pH and K plus ions, that is called as a balancing into the blood. Okay, DCT is regulating all these mechanisms. Okay, approximately vasopressin hormone also maintaining these what is that maintaining of ions, for example ammonia, K plus, H plus, bicarbonate. If any deficiency of these or imbalancing of these ions, it causes disease called diabetes. Okay, right. Now CD means collecting duct. collecting duct. CD means collecting duct. This long duct carries the filtrate through the medulla to the renal pelvis. Considerable amount of water could be reabsorbed from this region to produce concentrated urine. Okay. From DCT, the H2O molecules are nothing but the concentrate molecules we are considering as a urine. The urine is now going or reaching into the collecting duct CD, that is called. In this CD, it contains what is that? Highly concentrated substances, that is called as a urine, right? Now continuation. This segment allows passage of small amount of area to the medullary interstitium to keep up its osmolarity. Okay. The small amount of area to the medullary interstitium region, it's keep up osmolarity, it's maintaining osmolarity. It also plays a role in the maintenance of pH and ionic balance of blood by the selective secretion of H plus ions and K plus ions. Okay, H plus ions and K plus ions. And the renal fluid after the process of facultative reabsorption in the CD collecting duct influenced by the ADH, means antidiuretic hormone constitute, is called as a, that is called urine. The urine in the CD collecting duct is hypertonic to the plasma of blood. The urine is generally hypertonic, means high pressure substances, hypertonic solution, the urine. It contains now various salts, different types of salts. For example, what is that? Sodium, potassium, okay, etc., etc. All are there. That's why it is called as a concentrated urine. Okay, concentrated urine is formed, right? So the urine formation is it involves the three main steps, that is called glomerular filtration and selective reabsorption and tubular secretion. Okay, see briefly here, this is the right, this is the afferent renal arteriole, it is called as a glomerulus. This is called as a efferent renal arteriole. Now this one is called as a Bowman's capsule. Okay, now it is the neck like structure, that is called as a PCT. Which part? That is PCT. Now the region U-shaped structure here, this is called as a descending limb. Okay, it is called as a ascending limb. The descending and ascending limb is now we are calling as a loop of the Henle part. This is called loop of the Henle part. Now again it is going into the extending part, that is called as a DCT part. DCT means distal convoluted tubule part. Okay, and distal convoluted tubule to the, it is now going into the, what is that? CD means collecting duct part. Collecting duct. Okay, collecting duct to the Bellini to the urine is now reaching into the urinary bladder, right? See here, this is the afferent renal arteriole. It is the Bowman's capsule. It contains different types of what is that cells, that is podocytes, fenestration slits, everything is there. Here the brush border like structures are forming. That's why here the H2O molecules are filtering from blood. Okay, only the blood is now going into the what is that efferent renal arteriole. Okay, now H2O molecules are forming into the cup-like structure, into the now it is reaching into the PCT part, proximal convoluted tubule part. Approximately 70 to 80% are reabsorbing into the neck region the neck is called as a PCT part. Here approximately they are reabsorbing H2 molecules. From this region PCT, now it is reaching into the DCT part. Okay, from DCT to it is now reaching into the PCT to it is now descending limb, from descending limb to ascending limb to DCT, distal convoluted tubule. From distal convoluted tubule to CD collecting duct to through the, it is now going into the urinary bladder. Okay, it is the urinary bladder. Okay, now the urine is excreting outside, from urinary bladder the urine is eliminating into the outside. Okay, so the urine is called as now what is that, hypertonic urine or hypertonic solution, right? So this is the formation of urine. Today we discussed. Thanking you for watching my video. If you like my YouTube classes, please subscribe and make subscribe to your friends. I hope it will be useful to students. Thank you once again. Thank you one and all. Thank you.